Hello everyone. In today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to build the Lincoln Pavilion using Grasshopper in a very simple technique, or at least the most simple one I know. And if you don't know the Lincoln Pavilion, that's how it looks like. So it's an arched pavilion constructed by small arches, okay, and then this branch got mirrored, okay, and then it got copied, or you can say arrayed. And in more details you can see here it's one branch got mirrored and then copied, okay. And we are going to start here in Grasshopper. I already have it built. I'll explain each component and what does it do. So to start off, we need to create an arc, okay. So we have our arc, and in order to have our arc going up in the z direction, we are going to use the z plane, okay. And then we want to have the radius of our arc. I set it here in this example 15. All right, and then after that we need to create a surface out of this arc. So we are going to use the extrude component. Now we have the surface. I can turn off this. And now we want to tell the extrusion that we want it to go in the y direction, so in the green direction. And then we want it to be as 3, or at least in this example I have it as 3. Alright, so after creating this extrusion, we want then to divide that surface. So in order to do that, we are going to use isotrim and divide domain second. Okay, so we're going to connect two number sliders to the divide domain, and the first one is the u value, or you can say how much you want it to divide it in the y direction, and the v value, how much you want it to be divided in the x direction. So we only want one division, which is from 0 to 1, and we want, in this example, let's say 10. So if I turn it on here and turn off the extrusion, you can see here now it's divided in 10 pieces, okay. And then now, in order to have the ability to draw on this surface, we then need to use evaluate surface. So evaluate surface will add points on these surfaces, on these 10 surfaces, but you are going to face an issue here, because the isotrim component by itself, it will show us that it has 10 local defined values, alright, but we only need 3 points on each value it's giving us. So in the image here you can see that we have a starting point, middle point, and then ending point, alright. And in order to do that, we are going to use an MD slider, okay. And then having connected to the point input in the evaluation surface, we will see that our plane are gathered in this corner, so it's not set up correctly. You can see that. And we want this one to be in 0.5. Okay. So to fix this issue, what we will do is we will tell the ISO surface that we want it to be graphed. So now it will give us each point on each surface. Alright. The second issue is we want to tell isotrim that the distance of this surface is from 0 to 1 and from 0 to 1. So in order to do that, we are going to use reparametrized. So again, to explain it, reparametrized is telling the isosurface to output the dimension of these surfaces as 0, 1 to 0, 1, okay, in order to use the MD sliders. So now, fixing this issue, we have a different issue. If, for example, you have these different MD sliders connected like this, alright, sorry, randomly. So they are connected randomly to the evaluate surface. Right now we don't see any difference, but when we go forward, now we want to draw the curve on these surfaces. We are going to use interpolate. And the reason why we are going to use interpolate is if we go back to our shape, you can see here that the curve here is not a single arc. This is not a single arc. So you can see that over here, it's going inward from this direction and it's going inward in that direction. So it's like 3 mini arcs creating one single unit. So we have inside, outside, inside to the end. All right, and in order to do that thing, we are going to use interpolate because it has start tangent and an end tangent. Okay, and if we turn the interpolate here, we can see here that we have an issue with our lines. It's not the same curve that we want. Okay. But before I explain how to fix that problem, in order to draw on these panels in the correct way, we want to take the frame of the evaluate surfaces and deconstruct it. So we're gonna put the deconstruction plane, and we only want the y value because we only want the curve to go in the y direction. Okay, so we extract the y-axis from it, and then we take list item. Okay, and then we zoom in, we add the plus mark, and then we have 0, 1, 2. Okay, so it's the start point, the middle point, and the end point. And then we connect the starting point to the start tangent and the ending point to the end tangent. Okay, and now if you face this type of a problem here, it's because you connected the MD sliders not in order. So again, let's disconnect them. Okay, and we want to start from the bottom. So this is our bottom one. We connected first, and then holding shift, we connected the second one, and then again holding shift, we connected to the last one. And now you can see that our curve is correct. Okay, now we can turn off this evaluate surface and the ISO surface. Okay, and then after finishing that, we would then want to join these arcs. Okay, so now these curves that we drew, we want them to be as a one single arc. So we're gonna join by join curve, and you have to flatten it. Okay, so in order to flatten it, let's see. So right now we have 10 different locally points. Okay, and what happened is after joining it, you can see that here we have 0, 0, 0, number 1, and then 0, 0, 1 as number 1. So what it's doing is it's connecting these 3 mini arches that we talked about, and it says that this one is number 1, this one is number 2. But in order to say that this one is just a one curve, one arc, we have to flatten the curve here. Okay, so now after flattening it, it will say that it's a curve, 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 curve. Okay, and then when we join it, it will say here we have 10 values as a one curve. Okay, so after finishing that, we will then take our curve out. So that's our curve. Let me hide this one. And then what we will do is we have to create the depth of it. So now we are going to create this depth of this pavilion or arc. So in order to do that, there is a very simple trick here. We are going to first offset the surface, and the surface will be is from our extrusion surface. Okay, so now we have our main surface and the offset version, sorry, that one. And in order to draw the same curve on the top one, we are going then to use pull curve. Okay, and what will pull curve do is it will draw the same exact curve on the offset surface. Okay, and now what we will do is, let me first turn off these two. We will then loft these two curves. Okay, so now again you have to connect it in order, curve and then the pooled curve, and now we have our offset curve here. Alright, let me turn these two off. Okay, and now after creating the depth of the arc, we want then to create the thickness of it. So I'm talking about this one, thickness. And now we will do the same exact method. We will then offset. Now we have it in that. Okay, and then we set the distance, and then we take both curves. Let me turn it on. Now you can see that we have this first lofted curve as two curves, surface to two curves, and the second one. And now we will loft them together, and what we will see is that we have the top facing and the bottom facing. Okay, and then if we turn on again these different lofts, now we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, after finishing this connection, we will then join them together using rib joint. Okay, so let me turn off these. Now we have one joint rib. But before we go forward, you here again going to face another issue, and it's going to be in the first loft. So here in the loft component, we have something called options. If we right click to it, we have loft options. Normally it's set to none. So what will happen is, if you have the rib joint, if we bake it, let's take it over here, you can see that these are just single surfaces. So let me explode it. So as you can see here, if I click on each surface, it's individual. So it's not a single surface. Okay, it's not like this one. That one is a single surface. In order to do that, we will go back to the first loft that we did, right click to it, loft options, and we want it to be rebuild, and the count will be 200. After that, you'll click on confirm, and now it will be a single surface. Okay, now we have our final rib. Now we want to mirror it, so we're gonna add the mirror component, as you can see here, and in order to mirror it in the right direction and on the right point, we are going to use XZ plane, and we want it to start from point on curve 0, 0. But the curve that we want, or the point that we wanted to take it from, is the same point as, if we go back here to our joint curve. Okay, so we wanted to take it from that curve that we created over here. So you see that one in the green? So we wanted to start from this point. Okay, and then after mirroring it, we then have to array it. As I said before, it's arc, mirror, array. Okay, and then we're gonna add the arraying linear array component. I'm not gonna turn it on, but we want it to array in the y direction, so we're gonna add the y unit to it. And then what will happen is, if for example, let me disconnect this one, okay, and take it all the way from here. So if I connect this one here and then turn on this linear array, what we'll see here is the same problem that we faced kinda in the mirroring component here. So what will happen is, the array will start from this point, it's the point where our line or our curve is getting arrayed from or mirrored from. So what will happen is we have this thickness, which is 2, okay, and we have this thickness over here, the one on the outside, as 2. So we want first to multiply it by 2, the arraying, and then we want also to add to it the number of our extrusion. Okay, so if I disconnect this one, disconnect, and just a second, you see now, if we don't add any factor and just a y, it will just array randomly or from number 1. Now we add the addition to it. Now you will see that it's getting arrayed from the right point. Okay, so it's going to take it from the outside point and put it on the outside over here. Okay, so we're gonna add the multiplication, number 3. That's the thickness. So I said 2, sorry, it's 3. Okay, and we're gonna multiply it by 2 because we have first branch, second branch. Okay, so we multiply the thickness of our branches by 2 because we have 1, 2, and then we add to it the extrusion value. Okay, and then we add it to the y factor into the direction, and here we have, let me turn off this mirror, let me turn off this sprip joint, and now we have our pavilion. So let's bake it. Okay, let's wait a second. Alright, and then if we select this, show surface, take it out, here you have it, in a very clean way as well. So I hope you like this tutorial. Thank you very much for listening and joining. See you later.